Hey, what's up, guys? Dragging back in with
Ashley.
and we are doing another trailer reaction. It's been a minute since we've done one of these. This is for the new Terminator film, Dark Fate. Seems like every couple of years now they crank out a Terminator movie. That's because that's what you do. But apparently this one is James Cameron is back on board in terms of producing. Tim Miller, who did the first Deadpool, is directing, and this one, from what I understand, it deletes all the other films after Terminator 2 and is meant to be the official Terminator 3, which, if that is the case, good, because after Terminator 2 I have not liked any of the Terminator films, so that's good to hear. But with that said, this franchise has kind of left a bad taste in my mouth with all those terrible sequels. Still love the first two films.
Genesis.
Which we didn't even see.
Yeah,
and
I keep forgetting it came out.
I was just done. Like, I just can't take the abuse anymore. I'm not gonna go, guys. Sorry. And apparently, you and
everyone else.
Yeah, we lucked out on that one. But anyway, let's see what this one looks like. Go. In case you didn't know.
It's gotta warn you. One way to get through a wall,
Parkour.
And now we're back to the... Okay. So she's a good one, I'm assuming? Nice.
Let's rock, bitches.
Who are you?
My name is Sarah Connor. Never seen one like you before. Almost human.
I am human. Why do you care what happens to her?
Because I was her.
Ouch.
How do we win? We win by keeping you alive.
So, before I say anything, I'll say, well, before I say anything, I'll say this. Before I say the thing I'm going to say after the first thing I say, I'm going to give this film a benefit of a doubt, and I will go see it in theaters. Mainly because, again, Cameron seems to be heavily involved. I mean, I know he kind of gave his blessing to the last one, but something tells me he just kind of did that without really seeing much of the movie. But from what I understand, he's basically doing everything just short of directing the movie.
Yeah.
Tim Miller has shown that he's a capable director, so that's fine. But based on this trailer, if I did not know that Cameron was involved and that they were making a conscious effort to, like, you really undo everything that came after Terminator 2, I would be looking at this film going, just looks like another one of those Terminator sequels.
It looks like a soft reboot.
Like,
we have to protect her. That's how we beat them.
Well, I've got a theory about that. But yeah, from what I understand, this takes place after Terminator 2. They're ignoring 3 and all the other ones. So,
3 was the one with, I'm trying to remember now. It's been so long. It was the girl, right? The blonde lady.
The
Terminator. That was so long ago.
Yeah, she was like the evil Terminator.
As opposed to the non-evil Terminator.
Well, I mean, you know, you
first
reprogram them,
I
and you know they become father
Anyways.
figures. Sometimes it's better than real dads. But yeah, no. But already, I guess. So the problem with the other Terminator films, aside from them not being not very good movie, is that they did the thing where, okay, we got to try something new. You know, the first Terminator was just, you know, metal endoskeleton with living tissue over it. Second one was the whole liquid metal thing. And then the third one introduced the whole thing where idea where like a metal endoskeleton with liquid metal technology over it, kind of basically saying, all right, well, we're just going to take
both.
The best of both. Like the Skynet was like, well, this one on its own didn't work, this one on its own, put them together. Which is kind of what this one looks like. But I think this is meant to be, instead of being one Terminator, I think this is actually maybe two different Terminators. I think it's an endoskeleton that's essentially wearing a liquid metal one, almost like a Venom suit, like a symbiote, basically saying, well, instead of having to grow living tissue for the endoskeleton that has to regrow itself every time it's damaged, if you put the liquid Terminator over it, it can take on the form, so you can constantly...
Even though if that's the case, I feel like they should have left that a surprise, not shown it in the trailers.
Well,
but,
yeah.
You know.
Whereas, you know, and same thing with the liquid one, where it can actually detach, so you can go from having one Terminator to... So I think it's the idea of, like, have both Terminators cancel out their weaknesses. You know, having to constantly regrow your skin for the endoskeleton and being physical. The liquid Terminator can constantly just change its shape, whereas... Sometimes the liquid Terminator can be frozen and damaged, where you'll still have the physical one underneath.
Yeah.
So I actually don't mind that. It kind of makes sense where they're just like, okay, well, Skynet, put them together, see how that works. It's like a buddy cop movie with Terminators. The problem with the trailer that I kind of has that it's very flashy, and one of the things I like about the Terminator films, when I say Terminator, I mean 1 and 2. They're very gritty movies. They're very raw.
Yeah.
Like the tech is not sleek. It's very just tangible. Like when you see the Terminator in the first film, the endoskeleton, it's not this super sleek kind of Star Trek-y. It's just this rugged industrial machine. And even the T-1000, while it was liquid metal, all it did was just make stabby blade weapons. Like, it was basically just meant to be like, you know, just turn itself into medieval cutlery. So, and that's what I like. So this film looks like it's got some more grit, but then I look at like Terminator Salvation, it was like the future, everything was gritty, all the machines were kind of, you know, corroded. So we've seen them even do that before. Yeah. So I'm not seeing anything in this, other than Linda Hamilton, that is like, that I haven't seen before. Even old Arnold now. The last one had the old Arnold, which I get it. Arnold's old now, so if you put Arnold in a movie, he's going to be old. But if
they got technology, they could do what they've been doing in movies lately.
But they've done that too.
I guess.
In Salvation, they showed like the first prototype of the T-800, and they showed, and I know in Genesis they had that too, where old Terminator Arnold meets the young one, and it's like so. The problem is that
Arnold's like, just let me be old.
Yeah, basically. That was a great Arnold impression.
That was terrible, and I'm sorry.
If I wasn't looking at you, I would have thought he was sitting right next to me. Wow, folks. They're gonna be like, that's gotta be the editing software. But I don't know. The problem is that I mean, I know Cameron had to wait for the rights to this to revert back to him. But I kind of almost wish that he would have just begrudgingly just made Terminator 3 now, because then it would have just done it and hopefully been over with, because all these different sequels, and even the TV show that Sarah Connor chronicles, we've kind of seen it all now. So even if this is a better movie, which I'm going to lean on and say it's definitely going to be, this movie might be great, by the way. This is just a trailer, and you know, a lot of times the trailers, they try to show what they think is going to get audiences in the movie, and you can sometimes get a very different movie from that. But the problem is, I feel like Terminator 2 ended in such a perfect way, and I've always said, and I also said that's part of the reason why I think you couldn't have made any really good sequels to it, even why Cameron himself didn't want to come back and do one, is because the way it leaves off saying like, all right, we've defeated Skynet, we've stopped Judgment Day, the future is ours. It's like that road, but it's the road to the unknown, meaning humanity still, but we still might destroy ourselves.
We can still fuck it up.
Yeah, but it's like the Skynet was an extension of ourselves. It was just one way humanity could engineer its own destruction. That by no means is the only way. So I kind of looked at Terminator 2, the end of saying like, okay, yep, it might. You know what? We might be fine, or we might still kill ourselves. It won't be killer robots this time. It could be a plague. We could genetically engineer, fire-breathing werewolves. You can make an island full of dinosaurs and then spread them all over the world. And, you know what I mean? Like we could still kill ourselves. It just won't be this. So we stop Judgment Day, but we're still not safe from ourselves.
Yeah.
So I kind of feel by having it be again the literal Terminator, it's kind of defeats kind of the poetry that was the end of Terminator 2. With that said, if they are going to make more Terminator movies, I'd rather have Cameron be
On board.
on board. Because at the end of the day, if it's a movie and I don't like it, if it's a movie, if this turns out to be a movie, if this turns out to be a movie I don't like, I've got Terminator 1 and 2 sitting on those shelves back there, and I can just watch it, and Terminator 2 ends off beautifully. It doesn't lead off a cliffhanger. It doesn't leading for a sequel, so I can watch that movie, and in my universe, that's the end of Terminator. And if you guys love this film, there you go. It goes on, and if you like all the sequels, there you go. But yeah, I think I get a sense that this first trailer was very much meant to be just kind of the hook the wider audience and let people know they're making another Terminator movie. I'm hoping the second one kind of shows more of what I've been reading about this movie, talking about how this is going to feel like a natural successor to the first two films, because this doesn't feel that way, but again, it could be just the way the trailer's cut.
Yeah.
So I'm giving this movie the benefit of a doubt. I think a second trailer that shows more of what I want will make me feel much more confident about going to the theater. But regardless, I will be there. But if they burn me on this one, that's it. I'm done. No more guys. Like, I don't even, if you say we're gonna make it a nope, don't want to hear it. But I mean, yeah, that's really all there is to say. This time, it's just like fingers crossed, people. But yeah, I kind of went on a rant. Did you like it?
I mean,
I know you're not as emotionally invested in the Terminator franchise as I
Arnold
am.
wasn't my almost dad as growing up.
80s, 90s.
As a growing up, as a kid.
As a growing up.
Oh, my brain's done.
Yeah, he was.
I don't know. Again, it just kind of looks like a soft reboot. I don't know. I mean, I kind of am indifferent at this point until I see more.
Yeah,
I mean, it's cool that Linda's back.
Yeah, I mean, that's the big thing, because a lot of people were even saying
I'm kind of hoping if she's back, she wouldn't have just gone back. I'm assuming out of retirement. I mean, she looks good for her age.
Yeah.
She's pretty old, so.
I mean, from what I understand, she didn't like the sequels either, and from what I said, when she read the script, she says like, okay, they've got it right this time. Which again, all that gives me hope, which leads me again to believe that what we're seeing is just
bad editing, trying to make it look flashy.
Well, again, it's not even badly edited. It's just it might not be accurately portraying the movie that actually is. Yeah. So if the movie looks very big and flashy, and it's like, if that's the movie, then yeah, but that's not what I want.
We will see.
We will see. But anyway, what did you guys think? Did you like it? Did you not like it? Are you like us, where you're like, well, and I would love for there to be another good Terminator, but I've been hurt too many times. Or did you like the other Terminators? Maybe you guys are looking at us and thinking we're like elitist, purist dicks and like, shut up, those other movies are great. And if so, more power to you. But yeah, just give us some of your general thoughts. I'm kind of curious to see what you guys think, because Terminator is one of those weird franchises that for a lot of us, it ended in the early 90s, even though it just kind of kept going. But anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching, and as always, we will catch you in the next one. Peace!
Peace.